Rohan worked 14-hour days for 6 months straight. He skipped weekends. He skipped family dinners. He skipped everything because he believed that in the corporate world, hard work always gets noticed. His project was perfect. The data was his. The strategy was his. Every single slide was his. But when the CEO walked into that boardroom and asked, "Who made this?" Rohan's boss smiled, fixed his tie, and said, "I did." What happened next, Rohan never expected. And neither will you. Stay with me. Rohan was 28 years old, working at a mid-sized company in Mumbai. He wasn't the loudest person in the room. He wasn't the most political. He was just good at his job, really good. His manager, let's call him Mr. Sharma, had been in the company for 12 years. On the surface, he seemed like a mentor. He spoke well in meetings. He always had the right answer. Executives loved him. But here's what nobody saw from outside. Mr. Sharma hadn't done any real work in years. Every report with his name on it, written by someone on his team. Every presentation he delivered, built by someone on his team. Every idea he pitched to leadership, stolen from someone on his team. And for a long time, nobody said anything. Because that's how it works in many offices, isn't it? You keep your head down. You do the work. You tell yourself, "My time will come." 6 months before this story ends, the company's top leadership announced something big. They were launching a new product line, and they needed a full market strategy, research, financial projections, go-to-market plan, everything. The team was small. Rohan was assigned as the lead. For the next 6 months, Rohan breathed that project. He interviewed customers. He studied competitors. He ran the numbers again and again until they were airtight. And Mr. Sharma, he showed up at the end of every week, asked Rohan to brief him, took notes and said, "Good, good, keep going." Rohan knew what was happening, but he told himself, "This is the project that will change everything. They will see my work. They will know it's mine." He was wrong. The day of the presentation arrived. Rohan had prepared every slide. He had rehearsed every number. He was ready to walk into that boardroom and show the CEO exactly what he was capable of. But that morning, Mr. Sharma called him aside and said, "Rohan, I think it's better if I present. You know how these senior meetings go. Leadership likes familiar faces." Rohan's heart sank, but he nodded, because what else could he do? He sat in the back of the room and watched his 6 months of work come out of someone else's mouth. The CEO was impressed. He stood up, shook Mr. Sharma's hand, and said, "Excellent thinking. This is exactly the kind of leadership we need here." Mr. Sharma smiled. Rohan stared at the table, and in that moment, he made a decision. Not to fight, not to complain, not to send an angry email. He made a quiet, patient decision to wait. 3 months later, something changed. The company was going through a restructure. Leadership decided they needed someone to head up the new product division, the very division created by that strategy. And they wanted a detailed technical interview, not a presentation, not a report someone could hand over. A live, in-depth conversation about every decision in the strategy. Mr. Sharma was called in first, and within 20 minutes, it was clear he had no idea what he was talking about. The CEO asked him why a specific market segment was excluded from the plan. Mr. Sharma fumbled. The CEO asked about the pricing model rationale. Mr. Sharma stumbled. The CEO looked across the room at the HR head and said quietly, "Who actually built this?" The answer came from 3 different people on the team, all pointing to the same name, Rohan. Rohan was called in the next day, same boardroom, same CEO. This time, Rohan was asked to walk through the strategy himself. And he did it flawlessly. Every number, every decision, every alternative he had considered and rejected. The CEO listened carefully, and at the end, he said just 5 words. This should have been yours. Mr. Sharma was removed from his position the following week. Not fired, but quietly moved sideways, stripped of his leadership title and team. Rohan was promoted to lead the division he had built. No drama, no confrontation, no revenge. Just karma, doing what it always does, on its own timeline. Now here's what I want you to take from Rohan's story. In the corporate world, there will always be people who take credit for your work. That is a fact you cannot control. But here's what you can control. First, keep building your skills so deeply that no one can fake them in a room. That is your real protection. Second, document your work. Emails, timestamps, saved drafts. Not to fight your boss, but because paper trails speak when you stay silent. Third, trust the process. Real work leaves fingerprints. People who fake it for long enough always get exposed. Because they cannot answer the questions that only the real creator can answer. Rohan didn't fight Mr. Sharma. He just kept getting better. And in the end, the work spoke for itself. Because in corporate life, karma is always watching. If this story felt familiar, if you've ever been in Rohan's shoes, drop a comment below. Tell me your experience. I read every single one. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe. New video every week. Until next time, work smart, stay patient, and remember, what you do at work always comes back